The phone's shrill ring sliced through the stillness of the night, tearing me out of a half-dream that had never really begun. My heart lurched, pounding hard enough echo in my ears. The red digits of the clock glared 2:03 a.m., harsh and accusing. The space beside me on the bed was cold, the sheets untouched. Sarah wasn't home. She hadn't been for hours. Her words from earlier drifted back, sharp as glass. "It's not your business where I'm going, Mark." I blinked away the haze of sleep and reached for the phone, my hands clumsy, my gut twisted in dread. An unknown number. My thumb hovered over decline. But something, instinct, fear, maybe a leftover piece of hope, made me swipe to answer. "Mark." The voice on the other end was shaking, breathless. "Oh, God, Mark, it's me. I'm in trouble. I need you. Please, come now." It was Sarah. Before I could speak, before I could even ask where, the call cut off. A second later, a text appeared. Just an address. 47 Willow Lane. I stare at the screen, confusion folding into a sick knot in my chest. I didn't recognize the address, but I knew the area. A grim, forgotten part town, the kind of place you only drove through with your doors locked. The house was silent as I threw on jeans and a jacket. That silence felt heavy, like the air itself was holding its breath. Her perfume lingered faintly. Jasmine, my favorite, floating to the room like a ghost. We'd been married 7 years, and for the past 6 months, I'd been pretending not to see the cracks forming. The late nights, the whispered phone calls she brushed off as work. The way her eyes wouldn't meet mine anymore. I wasn't blind, just afraid. Love can do that to you. It turns courage into denial. You start clinging to the lies because the truth feels like a knife. The drive through the city was a blur of streetlights and shadow, the glow of neon bending across the windshield. My hands gripped the steering wheel tight enough to hurt. I replayed our last argument in my mind, her voice sharp, her expression distant. "You're suffocating me," she'd said, anger flickering in those green eyes I used to lose myself in. There'd been guilt there, too, something unspoken. I'd begged her to tell me where she was going, who she was seeing, but she'd only grabbed her purse and left. The door had slammed behind her, sounding final, like something breaking inside me. Now, hours later, that address burned in my mind like a brand. Willow Lane looked even worse than I remembered. Cracked pavement, trash scattered along the curb, and old buildings sagging like they'd given up long ago. Number 47 was a rundown 2-story motel. The flickering sign hummed weakly, half its letters dead. The air smelled of cigarette smoke and hopelessness. I parked beneath a dying street lamp, my pulse pounding in my throat. Part of me wanted to believe she really was in danger, that she'd called me because she needed me. But a darker voice whispered another possibility. What if this was a night the truth finally came out? The front office was dark, no one inside. I followed the narrow walkway to the back staircase, the metal groaning under my feet. Room 12. That's what the text had said. The door was slightly open, a sliver of yellow light bleeding into the night. My heart thudded in my chest. I pushed it open, and the world shattered. Sarah sat on the edge of the bed, her face pale and streaked with mascara. Her blouse was misbuttoned, her hair a wild mess. Beside her stood a man I didn't recognize, tall, broad-shouldered, his shirt half untucked. His eyes flashed with something close to fear. The room reeked of whiskey, cigarettes, and guilt. A half-empty bottle sat on the nightstand beside an ashtray overflowing with butts. For a long, endless moment, no one spoke. The silence was suffocating, pulsing like it had weight. "Mark!" Sarah's voice cracked. I didn't mean for you to see this." "See what?" The words came out hollow, detached. But I already knew. God, I knew. The man shifted awkwardly. Sarah lifted a trembling hand. "Don't, Chris," she whispered. "Chris." The name echoed in my skull. Chris, the man standing in the room where my wife shouldn't have been. "I can explain," she started, but her eyes, those eyes that once held warmth, were full of guilt and something harder. Defiance. "It's not what you think." "Then what is it?" My voice broke, anger bleeding through. You're in a motel room at 2 in the morning with him. You tell me it's not my business where you go, and now you call me begging for help. What the hell, Sarah? Her lips trembled, her eyes wet. I was going to tell you. I swear, I couldn't find the right time. Tell me what? My voice thundered, bouncing off the peeling walls. That you've been lying to me? That you're cheating? The words tore out of me, hot and shaking. I wanted to hate her. I wanted to yell until my throat gave out. But more than anything, I wanted her to deny it, to tell me I was wrong. Chris spoke, voice low, almost regretful. It wasn't supposed to go this far. We worked together, and it just happened. Shut up. I snapped, not taking my eyes off Sarah. This isn't about you. She stood, shoulders trembling. Mark, I'm sorry. I didn't want to hurt you. I love you, I do, but... Her voice crumbled, and she pressed a hand over her mouth, choking back a sob. I felt trapped. You were always so perfect, so steady. I didn't know how to tell you I wasn't happy. Each word was a blade twisting in my chest. Not happy. After everything we built, all the nights I'd stayed up waiting, the effort, the patience, she wasn't happy. I wanted to scream that I hadn't been happy either, that I'd been drowning in silence and doubt, but I'd stay because I loved her, because I believed love was worth the pain. Then why call me? I asked quietly, my voice breaking under the weight of exhaustion. Why drag me here to see this? She looked at Chris, then back at me. Because I was scared, she said, her voice barely holding. He got angry tonight. We fought, and I didn't know what he'd do. I needed you. I stared at the man, at Chris, his jaw clenched, eyes lowered. He didn't deny it, didn't apologize either. Just stood there, a shadow of the chaos he'd helped create. The air in the room thickened, choking me with the smell of betrayal. My chest burned. My hands shook. I wanted to leave, but my legs refused to move. Mark! Sarah took a step closer, her voice soft, almost pleading. I messed up. I know that, but I don't want to lose you. Can we fix this? Her words trembled, fragile as glass. I looked at her, really looked. For the first time, I saw past the tears and excuses. What stood between us wasn't just the affair. It was years of distance, of small resentments and unspoken truths. I wanted to believe love could still fix it, that it could heal what was already gone. But standing there, surrounded by the wreckage of everything we'd been, I finally understood. I can't. I said quietly, my voice steady now, carved out of something final. Not this time. I turned toward the door. The sound of it closing behind me felt like an ending, the softest sound in the world, but somehow the loudest I'd ever heard.